Sam stood in the early morning light, surveying the old playground. The swings hung lifeless from rusty chains. The slide was cracked, and weeds crept through the sand where children once laughed and played. He remembered how lively this place used to be and felt a tug at his heart to restore it. With a toolbox in one hand and wooden planks in the other, Sam took a deep breath. He was determined to fix this playground, even if it meant working alone. Sam set to work on the fallen swing set beam. He propped one end on a stack of bricks and tried to lift the other. He barely managed to raise it a few inches before the heavy beam wobbled dangerously. Sam's arms trembled under the weight. For a moment he thought about giving up, but just then a friendly voice called out, "Need a hand with that?" Sam turned to see Maria, his neighbor, coming over. He hesitated. Part of him wanted to prove he could do it alone, but the beam was clearly too heavy. Actually, yes, that would be great, he admitted, exhaling in relief. Together they lifted the heavy beam into place within seconds. Sam laughed in surprise. "Wow, that was so much easier. Two are better than one, right?" She grinned. Sam nodded, realizing she was right. With the swing set standing again, the two neighbors continued tackling other repairs around the playground. They made a good team, turning hard work into something fun. When one grew tired, the other offered encouragement, and the work went faster and faster. By midday, a third neighbor had noticed their efforts. Mr. Brown, a kindly retired man from around the corner, arrived with his toolbox and a grin. "I thought you two might need another pair of hands. Mind if I join? We'd love their help, absolutely. Thank you." With Mr. Brown's help, even the toughest tasks were tackled in no time. As they worked side by side, Mr. Brown shared a bit of wisdom. "You know what they say, iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Working with you folks keeps me young." Sam and Maria smiled, encouraged by the older man's enthusiasm. Each of them brought their own strengths. Sam's determination, Maria's energy, Mr. Brown's experience, and together they accomplished far more than any one of them could have done alone. They supported each other every step of the way. By late afternoon, the playground was transformed. Fresh paint brightened the swing set and fences, and every bolt was tightened back in place. The three friends stepped back and admired their work. Just then, a group of children appeared at the edge of the park, eyes wide with excitement. Sam gave a nod that it was safe, and the kids rushed in with cheerful shouts, climbing onto the swings and the slide. Their laughter filled the air. "I can't believe we did it," he said softly, amazed. "We did it together," Maria replied, resting a hand on Sam's shoulder. "And a cord of 3 strands isn't easily broken," Mr. Brown added with a proud smile. As the sun began to set, the trio sat on a bench, watching the children play on the playground they had restored. They were exhausted, but it was the best feeling in the world, the joy of achieving something wonderful together. The story of this little playground shows that we are truly better together. None of us can do everything alone, and we don't have to. Each person has unique gifts and strengths, and when we unite toward a common goal, we can accomplish more than we ever could on our own. Think about the challenges you face in your own life, at home, at school, at work, or in your community. You don't have to face them by yourself. There's great power in asking for help and in offering it. When we support one another and share the load, we encourage one another and build each other up. In the end, cooperation turns me into we. It makes burdens lighter and dreams achievable. So next time you face a challenge or see someone struggling, remember this story. Lend a hand or accept one, because alone we can do some good, but together we can do something great. That's the power of cooperation. Achieving together.